Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to the Wild at Heart Show, real, authentic, uncut, a show for men, by men, about men at USA Global TV and Radio. I am the moderator and the creator of the show. My name is Roland, and we have an excellent topic for this show. It's about breakthrough moments in a man's lives. And for those of you who already know the shows and followed all the other episodes, you know I'm not alone. I have a very specific panelist, very amazing guys from different parts of the world who are going to join me. We're going to discuss on this topic. So let's get started and bring the first guy on. Welcome, Big Scott from the UK.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. How are you, man?
Yeah, all good. Looking forward to another weekend full of festivals.
Sounds good. Where are you going?
There's one called Gwen Festival in Kidwelly. So it's the second one with my daughter, and my partner and her son are going as well. So should be a good weekend. The weather's predicted to be about 35 degrees, so all good.
Okay, it's good. Get some good music, so enjoy it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you, Big Scott. So the next one, my dear friend from Poland, Marcin. Welcome, Marcin.
Hi, guys. Hi, Roland.
Hi, Marcin. How you doing?
Hey, Marcin.
Yeah, pretty good. I just hurt my knee, I think. I will be tested tomorrow. For now, I'm working like an old man, but it's fine. Now I'm sitting.
Okay, cool. Good to have you back on the show, Marcin. And our next panelist is a dear friend, actually originally from my home base that has been for the last 14 years, from Mallorca, Ezra. Welcome back on the show, Ezra.
Hola, amigos. How are you?
Hey,
good to see you again. Good to see you smiling.
Hi, Ezra. Great. Hi, Ezra. Great to have you back on the show. Buenos dias.
Thank you.
And from Germany, my dear friend Christian.
Hallo, guten Abend euch allen. Well, if Ezra starts in Spanish, so I start in German. Hi guys, how you doing?
Guten Abend.
Hi, pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, maybe we should do that at the beginning, you know.
I don't speak Welsh.
Good luck, gentlemen. Okay, I guess Mounir will join us later. I just invite again. So let's get started. We have a fantastic topic. And gentlemen, actually, I guess it's a good number. I don't believe in figures, but it's episode number 13 already. So we started 3 months ago. Wow, incredible, huh? Absolutely incredible. So ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are listening on a podcast, on a radio station, or when you're watching on a TV station, on social media, when you missed one of the shows, please go to our website. I just announced our website first. It's bonfiretalks.com. On this website, you'll see all the recordings that are also recorded on YouTube, but you can also get in contact with each of us, with each panelist. You see each person, each man on the contact list and the contact details and a short biography. Okay, gentlemen, today we are talking about breakthrough moments in a man's life, guys. And I think there are many. I'm very excited about that and to hear from you what your breakthrough moments have been in life. Actually, we have puberty, we became a man, we started a business, or we finished school or university, or we settled down, I don't know, married, got kids, or I don't know, built a house, or planted a tree, or we did a sports race, or whatever. There are so many breakthrough moments in a man's life. Hello, Mounir. Good to have you back on the show.
Hello.
And
My apologies for
hello.
being mixed up.
All good,
Yeah.
all good, man. And yeah, so there are many breakthrough moments in our lives, and I'm really curious to hear from you guys what your breakthrough moments have been, and most valuable. What was the impact and on your life or on your daily base? What was different afterwards? Yeah, I don't know. Marcin is shaking his head. I guess he wants to start, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I should stop act so, lively, not to draw attention too much. For me, asking myself this question, what was actually a breakthrough moment for me in my life, brought a very interesting reflection, actually, because the things that I remember the most are usually some tough moments with some not very pleasant situation going on, or even some traumas. But yet I'm still considering them as breakthrough moments, and I strongly believe in this post-traumatic growth, let's say. So yeah, for me, there was a couple of moments like that. For sure, it was the time when I first got my first job, and then I could buy something for my own money, and it was just a camera with the astonishing 3.5 megapixel. And for that time, it was like, Ferrari. And right now we have even better one in our phones. Yeah, the next moment for sure would be when I first met my wife, and something just clicked, and I knew it is the one. And yeah, I think I will tell about two for now.
Thank you, Marcin. Thank you, Marcin. Sounds great. Oh, Hazem. Hello, Hazem. Good if you're on
Hi.
the show too. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we have breakthrough moments that could be negative, but also it's a breakthrough. It can be a transition or transformed into something positive. But we also can have positive ones. Who was next? And tell a little bit about yourself. Ezra, you? Yes, please come on.
Yes, of course. Of course. Of breakthrough moments, I've had a few at my age. But I can say that at the moment, I'm going through one myself. Um, um, just not even 3 weeks ago, I've had a job for 13 years doing maintenance on solar parks for a company in Germany. And then not even 3 weeks ago, I was told that the solar parks were sold, and that the company that I was working for, offering my services, had to leave as well. So I was out of. I am now out of a job, out of work, and everything is moving fundamentally. And even though it's very negative, since nobody wants to lose a job, a work, an income, very good income, and I am quite excited. I'm not sad. I'm not depressed or anxious or anything. On the contrary, I'm taking this as it comes, and there is a feeling inside that everything it's a time for a change. It's a breakthrough moment of old ways of living, of old patterns, of old daily routines, to a new moment, a new horizon. So also my personal life is changing, because finally my girlfriend and I have decided to live together. So we're going to share the same home, and she's also going through changes. So this is like a breakthrough moment happening directly to me, also to her, and it's a time for a new adventure. So now I feel like I'm going to have time to do things that I've always wanted to do, that I like the most, and I see it as a real breakthrough moment. At the moment, it's difficult. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of decisions, a lot of rearrangements to be done. But I'm serene. I am happy. I'm excited. There is a loss, but I know there is a gain. It's a new horizon. It's a new doors are closing, but new ones are opening up, and I feel it very positively. And I think breakthrough moments are very important, because it's a new stage in our development, in our awareness, in our consciousness as beings, and a new adventure, and new opportunities, new life. Yeah.
Thank you, Ezra. And actually, what you told us, I mean, it is a very good example that sometimes what seems really traumatic or a negative one, like losing a job, can transform into something positive. That is, okay, I'm still okay. Of course, there's pressure. Of course, there are some troubles, there are some challenges, there are some issues. But as you said, you have more time for yourself. You can really focus on the things that are important for you. At the same time, you started, or not a new relationship, but you decided together with your new relationship to live together. So it's more space for those things who are really important in life. Of course, we need income, no problem, but income will come. But thanks for that. And I think this is a very good example that sometimes we go through a transition phase, and when, for example, when I coach clients who go through really hard moments, I always say you have a shock phase in the beginning. You're really shocked. You lose your job or break out your relationship or whatever it is, and everybody has a different time frame how long it takes to go through the shock phase, and then you go on to reflect. You go in the next phase. It's about reflecting what happened. You're looking back, maybe, or you're looking in the future. What can be? What's the impact? And then you go back to the present, and then you adapt. And you said, okay, let's rock it again. Whatever's coming, let's do the next step. When one door closes, the next door opens. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, completely. To me, I want to thank my meditation practice, which has allowed me to soften up, to be more spacious, and to be in this stormy weathers, to be like a bamboo instead of an old oak, and allows me to be flexible and to be present and to look deeply into what's happening instead of looking at my fears and looking at my negative thoughts about the situation, but look even deeper in a much more calmer mind and much more present.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ezra. Who will jump in next? Christian, you?
Okay, yeah, I can, sure. Well, one of the most important, if it's not the most important breakthrough points of my life, is when I really understood to the bone that I am not my past. That was a really breakthrough moment when I understood on a very deep level that I am not my past. I am not the stories I'm carrying with me. This is a part of me, okay, but this is not me. And this was a point when I reached a absolutely new level of freedom. And along with that, there came a possibility to see much more perspectives and to allow to myself to feel much better in so much more situations, because there was this strong knowing coming with this moment that I'm okay and I'm always okay. And whatever my past might tell me, or what the stories of my past tell me, this is just the past. This is gone. And this was a really changing moment. And it gave me a lot of strength and hope.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Christian. Yeah, that's a very good example too. When you realize that you're not your past, yeah, that everything is in front of you. And actually, when I started many years ago, I started a company with thousands of people, and I always said to them, I don't care where you're coming from. I'm more interested where you want to. Your past is your past. You're not your past anymore. Tell me where you want to go. Tell you what you want to do, what you want to achieve, who you want to be. It's much more important. Yeah, look forward. Thank you so much for that. And well, actually, maybe I chime in a bit of the story, man. I had many breakthrough moments in my life. well, I'm heading to the 60s in 2 years. So anyway, but when I just relate to the last maybe 4 or 6 months, there was a tremendous change in my life. I had a very comfortable life on a beautiful island of Mallorca. Ezra knows I had a beautiful house, a huge property, an amazing pool and everything. And then from one day to the other, there was a decision of giving it up, different courses for it. The road went up like crazy. I was a little bit pissed off with the authorities. Always when you live when you're moving from an island, you go on a boat or you go on the airplane with all the certificates and all this stuff. And the guys who know me, I'm not very with authorities, so this was a struggle for me all the time with these papers. So it's okay, it's time to do something different. And I moved into my motorhome. On one hand, it was a dream of myself, always do it. But to be honest, I really was scared. I really was scared in the beginning. I said, how will it be? How it's going on? And, maybe you're losing your route, stuff like that. And I really I will never forget it. The first day I came to Vienna, and then I drove down to renew my driving license for my truck. And it's early in the morning. I was driving my car, and I was so scared about my future, and I was worrying about the future. And I guess it took an hour or something like that. And then I realized, hey, no, Roland, you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. It's coming from somewhere else. Okay, stop it. Stop. Don't listen to it. That's not you. Don't listen to it, and don't let it have an impact on your emotions, meaning negative ones. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. This was for me a breakthrough moment. Coming back and trusting the moment, trusting the universe. Everything is good. And what I learned in life was a breakthrough moment for me in life was that the universe or life itself only gives you challenges that you can handle. Nothing worse. It only gives you things that you can handle. So this was my breakthrough moment the last months. Learn to trust the universe and stay calm and yeah, and go with the flow. Yeah. Thank you. Who wants next jump in?
I can go
Mounir?
for that,
Yeah, please.
So I'm gonna be a little bit greedy and ask for two big through moments, and the reason why I'm choosing to tell you about two ones is one was so positive that told me that I am in control of everything what I'm doing, and the other was on the contrary, telling me that I am not in control, and I don't have the entire control about myself. So the first one, it was when I was in high school, and I was really thinking of getting into a certain college. And in Egypt, back in the good old days, you needed to get a certain degrees in the last year in high school in order to be able to be eligible to go into the college that you want. So it was that minimum of grades. And I had it all into my plan. I planned it right. I was 17 at that point of time. I thought that this is what I want to do, and I calculated the probability of how much, how many degrees that I need to get in order to be in, and so on. So everything I had it planned, and I was putting the schedule right, and I'm studying, and then I got the high degrees that was related with that, and I did it. And at that point of time, I felt that 17 years old, I'm absolutely capable and in control of my life. I know how to plan. I have this kind of strategic planning. I'm disciplined, and I'm going to be able to do this for the rest of my life. And at that point of time, the perfection idea and the thought of being in control of everything that I'm doing is in fact in my fest. That was the first breakthrough, and I did it, and I felt that I am capable. The next time, it was when I was 46 years old, and suddenly I found myself into a situation that I needed to end my family life. So my wife does not want to continue, and she wants to break this relationship and getting a divorce. And at that point of time, I was not in control of being able to do what I needed to be able to hold my family together and really put things into place and being able to carry my life the way I wanted to do, because I always had this vision in my life. It's gonna be wife for life, and I'm gonna be growing older with my kids, with my wife, and so on. And how my life will end. But at that point of time, it was totally the contrary. I've never thought that I can be divorced or I can be away from my kids, and I felt totally not in control, and that was a breakthrough. The most important things between both is that when I felt that I am in control and I had a plan and I did it, I felt again that I am in control, but I am humbled. I needed things from outside in order to be able to perform that. I needed the determination, the hope, the motivation, the belief inside that I will be there. And when things went out of control and I was forced to be doing things that I did not plan to, the way I came back, it was always because of that I felt that I have to be patient. I need to trust the God and the universe that it will always bring the good things, and I needed to have the hopes and the trust in the process and being able to move again with the success, even if the things that are happening is out of my control. I can influence it again. So those were a lot of in between. There were a lot of big moments in my life, but I wanted to give you that idea of big moments can be so negative or so positive, but you need to stay humble and flow with the things and trust that the process that will take you into a good place if you have a good heart.
Thank you so much, my dear friend. One question I have, a follow question to you, my dear friend, is when you look back, this you say this high school, you're this unstoppable young man, full in power, full in control, and then
Yeah.
Around 3 years later, lost of control, and we men are really struggling with that when we lose control. Because control is very important for us. When you look back afterwards, some years ago, what was the most learning for you? The positive breakthrough or this negative that happened to you? What was the most learning for you?
Wow. That's a tough question, Roland. And I think it was the tough one. It was really the tough one. I mean, it's always, how can I say it? I felt more of a strong personality when it was a tough time, and I was able to stand on my feet and come back, and then being able to come back to the man I used to be. So that was the main test, if I may say so. And I always won awards from my previous job. If you know, it was always year after year. But in 2016, when I won the Developing Market Operation and the Middle East and Africa Excellence and Star Award, those meant a lot for me, because this is the year I was hit with something that is very negative. I was able to come back, I was able to stand, and I was able to get back to my performance, and I won those awards. So I felt this more than everything was okay. I had the atmosphere to study, but I needed just to plan and discipline and go towards it. So I think it was the second time was much more effective.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Marie, for your openness. Big Scott, how about you? Your breakthrough moments in your life and your impact?
Oh, I've had hundreds. I think one of the key ones, when I was younger, I was a bit of a rebel, and I used to have a cat and mouse relationships with the local authorities. So I ended up on a holiday, as we say, courtesy of the Queen. And I remember the day that they sent me down the stairs in the dock. And as I was, before they were about to put me into my cell, I said to the bloke, I said, can I have a pen and a piece of paper? And he looked at me like, what the F do you want a pen and a piece of paper for? I says, I'm going to write a poem. And he went, just laughed at me. He's like, oh, and just locked me in a holding cell for about, I was literally in there for 5 minutes, scribbled these words that were on my brain, just come out. And as I came out, he went, I want my pen back. And he said, right, let me have a look at that. What shit have you written? So he looked at it and he read it, and he got a tear in his eye, and he looked at me and he said, if you can write shit like this, what the are you doing in here? With a brain like that, you should be, a lot more sensible. So that was one of the key moments in my life that sort of stopped me from being an idiot and taking on the world and being angsty with the world, and actually looking at myself and going deep within myself. So that was the start of the journey. And then I think another key part of my life was when I went to Coleg Harlech, which is a college on the Welsh coast of Wales. Similar to you guys, I was living in the Midlands. Life wasn't brilliant. I was struggling to stay alive. I couldn't get into any industry because of my criminal record and blah, 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 blah. Once tarred with that brush, you couldn't get in anywhere. But I knew I had a mind that was worthy. So I'm reading a newspaper, The Stage magazine, which is all for artists and creative. And it says, do you want to come to Wales and learn, gain a qualification in radio, film, TV and theatre, and we'll pay for you to come? So it literally took me about 10 minutes to make the decision. And I just sold everything that I didn't want that was in the flat. And all I took with me was my music and my systems to play music on. So I moved to a flat in the middle of nowhere, never been to Wales in my life. My intention was to stay there for the year, get the qualification, and then go back to England and try again and see if the industry would take me seriously, because I had some form of qualification behind me, and I never left. I've been in Wales since 1999, and I think it was probably one of the best breakthrough moments. It was the scariest breakthrough moment, but from then my life has just been unfathomable. I've had opportunities. I have boxes and drawers full of pamphlets and flyers and brochures of things that I've worked on that I can't even remember until we start chatting and regaling. But it's not about what I've done. It's about how I broke away from a situation thinking I was worthless, and a decision I made one day gave me more value than I ever could have imagined. And day on day, my life, week on week, year on year, I'm doing things that are just fun. I get paid to do things that are fun. I did the factory work and, become a robot, and I couldn't do that. I was always messing around, playing music or whatever. People said, oh, you should be in the entertainment industry. So I took a leap of faith, and I think that's probably one of the biggest moments. And it's had an impact on my life to this day. You know what I mean? And it just gets better and better.
So, Big Scott, would you say this first event you described, when you get a free room and a free lunch on the courtesy of the Queen, was this the event that gave your life this new and final direction?
No. The holiday courtesy of the Queen made me realize how important your freedom is when you're in a cell for 23 hours a day, and you're only allowed half an hour's exercise in the morning and half an hour's exercise in the evening, and then other 23 hours is just you and your brain and your emotions and your cellmate. Or if you don't have a cellmate, then it's you and the four walls, So It was only 6 months, but me writing the poetry and him saying to me, what the fuck are you doing in here? If you can write shit like this, it made me realize that I've got more power in my pen than I was with my fists. Do you know what I mean? So I stopped being physical and started using my brain mentally. And I've got poems, I've written poems. A couple of artists have turned them into songs, but I would never let anybody see them because they were my personal emotions. I've said to you along the way, if you've got something in your mind, write it on a piece of paper. Mine would come out in poetry, and then I would just store it away. And, friends and girlfriends and partners have, oh, what's this box over the years? Had a look, and they literally just burst into tears when they're reading them. And I was like, at first I was like, that's mine, but it took me years to let people read them. And then when they realize and they read it and they go, do you know what? I've been through that, or that's exactly what I'm going through. When people say I'm in touch with the psyche, I just channel it. I don't think about it. But I haven't written any poetry. The one piece I've been trying to write for years is a piece for my mother, and she died in 2003. And I've tried several times, and I can't put into words how important she was. And that's another marker, when the matriarch of your family disappears, the one that keeps the cloth knitted together. When she disappears, you realize you're on your fucking own, you know, because families are, and as a man, as a mature man, to lose your rock, that was a big thing. And I went, you know, I was looking for answers everywhere, you know, religion, Christianity, spirituality. I tried every faith, looked at everything to try and find the answers outside, but inevitably at the end of the day, the answers are inside. You just got to ask the right questions and deal with your demons. Do you know what I mean? So I think, yeah, I've had a few, I could regale you for days and weeks and months on things that I've been offered to work on. But yeah, the key things was, you know, stop being a dick, you know, use your brain rather than brawn. Do you know what I mean? You are worth something. You might not see it in the current situation that you're in, but take yourself out of that situation and life can be a lot brighter. And when somebody you love really dies, you realize how alone you are, and you need to get comfortable with being alone with yourself and not be scared.
Absolutely. That's my journey right now, you know, traveling alone and being alone. That's a challenge. I can relate to that. Absolutely. Okay, my dear friend Hazem, do you have any breakthrough moments you want to share and the impact on your life?
Yes, I would like to share something that was very challenging, and it was a big change for me. That was like 5 years ago. We used to have a piece of land. Maybe it's a little bit in the desert. It's like a farm, and it's a family business. I told you before, my father was an orthopedic surgery professor, but he has invested in this land a long time ago, and I was in charge of this land to grow some trees and grow some agricultural products in it to support my family business. In 2011 in Egypt here, we went through a revolution, and then 2013, that was another one. Yes, afterwards, all the security systems was not fully functioning. And what happened that we have some gangs taking over our piece of land, and that was the big challenge for me. Should I give up and surrender, or what can I do? Because gangs from the desert with guns and pistols and all the equipment to take over the land. Maybe they did this for many lands. And then the challenge for me, guys, I didn't know what to do. So I started searching about, of course, the police and the security system was not supportive at that time in the country. So I tried to find help from different people, because to get back the land, and many failures actually in this issue, because it's new for me, and it's not my expertise to challenge gangs and to get another gangs to do whatever for those gangs. It was a mess. It was a disaster. Lots of money and effort and thinking and energy was drained from me. I couldn't think about my work and my marriage life. Of course, it was affected, and also I got a divorce at that time. But what happened that after like 15 trials in like 4 years, I succeeded to take over my land again, my family land again, and that things that you cannot change, but things will move forward if you give up those things. So the moral of what happened to me, that whatever you you guys would do to change something, maybe it's not the right time to change, because when the right time comes, it will change by itself. Actually, when I try to free myself and thinking that this is God will, and whatever you go to the wrong direction in order to force change, it will never happen. When I let go, things actually has solved by itself. That was magic for me, and going against the nature will never make you win. Easy steps. You know what? No reason to fear the unknown, because it will be better, and I'm sure it will be better. It's better for me now. I have learned a lot from such an experience to let go. Things will go into the right direction if you actually let go. That's it.
Letting go, meaning not being attached to it. Yeah. But on the other hand, not giving up, but not being attached to it, letting go, but not giving up. So, guys, when I summarize a little bit what I heard from you, Chan, thanks for your openness. When you break for moments, I guess we have good ones, or the positive ones, that feel good ones that we memorize. But those who really stick to us and give our life maybe a new direction or a new learning or a new flavor was actually the negative ones who forced us to get out of the comfort zone and learn and develop and like Christian said, I'm not the past. It's not me. Or Hazem said, don't be attached to it, but don't give up. Or my dear friend Mounir, when he told about when he lost control, he did a lot of learning, trusting the process, trusting in God, and because especially we men, we always we want to control everything, but it's not possible. And I guess it's a very good learning for us as a man, when we lose control, that we trust the process, and life is still going on. Absolutely. And yeah, Scott, your story when you're children, when you said, okay, better working with my brain than with the feast. Why not? And also MARCIN. I guess we all have this break for moments. And what I want to use the last minutes for the shows is for our audience, guys. And I'm asking each of you, do you have a tip or an advice for our audience who are going to break through moments, because especially when they're not so cozy, when they're not so nice, when it's not feel good, when you're just in the moment, we don't think about it. Yeah, it will be good in 5 years. No, because we are the poorest man on earth. Yeah, we are victim, we are suffering. We're the only one. When we're stuck, we don't think of afterwards. We always said, okay, it had her good sides. Okay, it had a good side. Something different was possible because something else ended. So what's your advice to our audience, gentlemen, when somebody goes to, let's say, a heavy, challenging breakthrough moment? Who wants to start? Jump in. Scott, please speak, Scott.
The fundamental thing is what we're doing now is to reach out. The scenario, when you look at it, and I think a sort of thread that's going through all of what we said, is when you're in the situation, yes, it can be overwhelming, but talk to somebody, because then you can break it down into smaller constituent parts. And once you break it down, it's not as frightening to deal with. We're all going to go through changes. And as several of us have said on here, life will not throw at you more than you can't handle. And if you're going through a situation at the moment, it's for a necessary reason. You might not think it at the moment, as you were just saying, Roland, but things happen. Everything happens for a reason. It might be something that you did 10, 15, 20 years ago and you're getting the repercussions now, or it might be something that you did yesterday. But if you're in a scenario that you're not sure about, or you feel overwhelmed, reach out. If you can't talk to a family member, talk to a complete and utter stranger like ourselves, or go online. But you're going to go through stuff. Some will be amazing and some will be bad, but you won't realize till later on down the line which is which. And some of the most painful times in your life can be end up being some of the most pleasurable, and some of the most pleasurable times can end up actually being detrimental down the line. So yeah, reach out, talk, and don't take everything personally.
Yeah, that's a very good advice, Victor. Thank you. And I can absolutely relate to it. And I just jump in here because when I told the story 4 months ago, a little bit more than 4 months ago, when I was trying first time RV and really was scared about the future, okay, how it's going on and can I survive and what's with the income and my business, is my business still going when I'm on the road and stuff like that. And in the afternoon, I met a very good friend. Our friendship is lasting now more than 37 years. And he's a very successful businessman. He made millions and millions. And when I was in 21, he was my mentor and he helped me a lot. And I told him the story, and I said, in the morning I was driving first time in a motorhome, and I was so scared. I was freaking scared about the future and everything. And you know what? He told me, hey, Roland, I have the same doubts. I have the same fears. And I said, what the fuck? You have millions. Why are you scared about the future financially? I said, yeah, I have it too. When I lose everything, I'm scared too. And this gave me, that's why I relate to what you say, Scott. Reach out to somebody else and talk to somebody else. And it's easier. Yeah, thank you. Marcin, you want to jump in? Please, Marcin, what's your advice?
Yeah, it's a humbling experience right now. I've actually listened to you guys. So I'm not sure if I'm in a position to give any advice, but there is a one that I'm really passionate about because personally I do not like all of those advices. Oh, come on, it's not that bad, and other people have worse, and everything is going to be all right. So I do not really like those advices because it calls me actually to suppress my feelings and start not to feel bad. So what works for me, and I know it works for many people I know, is actually to embrace those emotions of uncertainty, of anxiety, of doubt, but just to talk to someone and express them. So find someone who will not say to you, "Oh, come on, everything is going to be all right," and someone who will not try just to suppress you, but just to be with you in this moment. And just one question that I'm asking myself when something bad is happening is what this situation can teach me. What this situation can teach me that I can use in the future. I'm not sure if it's going to be all right. Maybe it's going to be bad, but yet I'm here to learn. So focusing on that sometimes helps.
Thank you, Marcin. Yeah, that's a very good advice. Thinking about, okay, what's the learning out of it? And what I do when I really in a situation where it's overwhelming me, when I get a clear moment, I think about, do I go to jail for a lifetime? No. Do they hang me or shoot me? No. Why worry? Why worry? They don't threaten my health and my life. Why worry? There's always a way. Thank you so much. Ezra, you on the screen on the follow. What's your final advice?
Yeah, well, as human beings, or especially as men, we prefer to have things very ordered and fixed and constant. But we need to realize that the only constant is change. Everything changes. It's constantly changing. We need to remember that what we have today will change. Tomorrow will be different. So we need to be aware of that and be ready for that. Be flexible enough as a bamboo or as a palm tree. And in this flexibility, we need to understand that we're not surrendering or we're not giving up. We're not. We just simply. It's a good idea sometimes to just simply surrender instead of having our hands up, the struggle or the fight. Just relax and surrender to the flow, to the natural flow of life. Because, like you said, we always are able to handle the challenges and the changes the best we can, and we always have the dose needed of change and of challenge in our life. So the best we can do is relax and break down our guard and surrender, and and we'll see that at the end of the road or in the end of the tunnel, the light shines finally. So be aware of change. Be aware of challenges and change from the challenge. This will make us grow. Challenge will make us grow. So this is an opportunity of growth, and to be open and surrendered.
Yeah. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you so much. Mounir, do you have a short advice? We're running out of time. Just one or two sentences.
Just the triangles that I always love. Three things when you get hit by a big change: accept, have patience, and then have hope for tomorrow that it will be better. If you apply those three elements, things will pass in the good way.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hazem, a final sentence, a final advice from your side?
Yes, I cannot disagree about what you guys said about having faith and surrender yourself to the nature. I back you in this statement so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Hazem. Last but not least, Christian.
Well, first, I can absolutely relate to Big Scott and MARCIN, what they said. But unlike you, Roland, I see it a little different to this don't worry thing. Why to worry? It is important to worry. It is, because this is acceptance of the situation. And this is accepting your emotion. And with diving into this emotion, and we have something here which is called radical allowance. If you allow these emotions to be there and accept them to 100%, then from these emotions, there comes the potential to lift you up again. But first, you have to take fully responsibility for the situation. And with that comes from going from resistance mode to acceptance mode. And this takes a lot of stress away. The feelings are there, and that is very okay, but the stress goes away. So this would be my advice.
Yeah, thank you, Christian. Yeah, not suppressing your emotions, being aware of it, appreciate them, and deal with it. Thank you so much. So we're coming to an end. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your contribution. I learned a lot from your stories too, and I hope our audience too. And so my final call to action is, wherever you're watching us or listening to us, go to our website. It's bonfiretalks.com. And you can get in contact with this gentleman or myself if you want to chat or share your thoughts, or if you have a topic that you want to have discussed on our show, please let us contact us. You're more than welcome. So last word, thank you so much. See you next Wednesday, same time, same station next week. Thank you and bye-bye.